And here we go again. Today I'd like to have a look at a graphic program, a design program, which it seems a bit strange, but this is a way of creating 3D objects very simply and quite pleasurably as well. Let's just have a look at a few little pictures here. There's namely a Ferris wheel. It's quite attractive Ferris wheel. We've got an amphitheatre. If you can imagine that as a 3D object where you can actually go inside the amphitheatre and look around, that might be quite interesting. The next one behind that is an airport. Look at this airport, this architecture that's gone into this Aeroporto d'Abruzzo. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a terminal building in Italy. You've seen that one. What about this one? Anyone recognise that? Oh yeah, it's Buckingham Palace, isn't it? That's very interesting, very nice. So what's all this got to do with artwork? Let's have a look at this one. Titanic. Wow. RMS Titanic. That's what she looked like when she was on top of the water. She looks a bit different now because she's gone down to the bottom of the water. But let's have a closer look at this. Why am I talking about design and 3D packages? Well, I'm going to show you, and you're going to be surprised and you're going to fall off your seat, because what we're going to talk about is in actual fact a game. Let's go and have a look at it. When we start off Minecraft, invariably we see buildings like this, or like these over here. Let's just fly over very quickly to have a look at these. There's a castle there which looks very castle-like, and there's buildings here which looks very building-like. But down here we have the standard Mojang style building that we have in the villages already on the maps. This is a typical blacksmith shop where we can go and we can see the lava for melting, etc., and all this sort of business. Lots of stuff in the boxes. This is the Minecraft we know. And people say, oh, you're not going to show us games, are you? Well, this is a bit different because this is a butcher's shop. Hello, Piggy. And the church there, very typical of Mojang architecture. As I say, this is the way Mojang launched the game. Saying you can build buildings like these, and they were quite attractive at first, but it's moved on a bit since then. Let's go and see a more modern building. Let's fly over this. There's a lighthouse there. If you look at the light there, it's a moving light. It's not just static, sort of beaming out in one direction. There's a plane there just taken off from Lunar City airfield, which is just over the side there. We're coming up onto a new village which has been created on my own server here. Now, this is open to the public until all the spaces are gone. Well, I think they're all gone now anyway. We have a hospital here complete with operating theatre and x-ray machines inside, but I'm not going to show you inside there. That'll be another day if anyone's interested. Let's fly a bit quicker than this, I think. Right, going here to our more modern town, we have a supermarket, would you believe? And this is all created with a little bit of imagination. There are no tills in Minecraft, so you have to imagine these as being tills, and it doesn't take a lot of doing. You have your belt here where you can put your bits and pieces and bagging them up and pay at the till and all that sort of thing. Going around the supermarket, we can pick berries there, or we can pick bread, and we have bowls of soup, I think they are, yeah, beetroot soup, and the beetroot to make it with. There is a little problem here, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to put it in the comments below. We have some chickens, and we have more chickens, and we have pork chops, and we have cooked pork chops, would you believe? And all this sort of stuff going on within this supermarket. We have a clothing section, we have a gardening section, loads of stuff here, absolutely. And this is all from the imagination, from somebody's imagination, or even my imagination in some cases. Let's go here. Right, this is a Burger King outlet. Very complicated logo, so we haven't done one of those, but that's the inside of the Burger King. You can go backstage here very quickly. I'm not going to waste too much time, but Have all the various commodities where we can cook the food and serve the people. We even have a drive-through area where we can take orders and give orders. So it's just your imagination, isn't it? Anyway, let's get out of here. Let's see something more interesting. Somebody's dog left inside the door there. And right, it's Kentucky Fried Chicken outlet. The logos are very good. Over here we have the McDonald's. It seems to be mad on food, this server, isn't it? Domino's Pizza. But over here, let's have a look at this library. Now, a lot of the buildings we're looking at are created not by me but by other people. The Kentucky Fried Chicken there and the McDonald's, they were constructed by a person called Milky Sims, who shares the server with us, as does another person called Hoot of the Sims, who has her own YouTube channel as well. So this is a library created from a photograph. Whether it's accurate within, I don't really know, but I did catch a glimpse one time of the photograph used for this, and it does certainly look very accurate in its design. Let's have another look over the hills here. Again, we go back very quickly if I can. The big mansion house there, or the big house, is created by Hoot of the Sims. Milky Sims is actually on the server at the moment, so getting a name in light, so to speak. But that was created by Hoot of the Sims. Very nice. I shan't take you around the inside, but I dare say if you go and have a look at her YouTube channel, you'll see something on the build for that. Right, let's go back. This is Lunar Airport. The whole area here is called Lunar City, by the way. This is our airport. Now, if we have a look here at this particular place, and again, I shall just shrink that down a little bit and take you through one or two pictures that we had. Oh, can't do it. Forgotten how to use it. There we go, that one. If we have a look at that and compare that to what we have here, you can see a resemblance. It's not exact. It's not block perfect, if you like, but there's no curves in Minecraft, so we have to elaborate as best we can. But you'll certainly agree that that dome there is very reminiscent of the dome you can see on the picture on the left. That's what we're after. We're trying to get a good comparison. Let me just show you a little other something we can do in Minecraft. Let me make that full screen again. Right, if we go over here to the bit closer to the end of the runway, you get a better effect. I have a helicopter there just coming into land and a plane coming into land. Right, but if you get to night time, what good is all this? Let me show you what good it all is very quickly. I've got my cable in the way here, so time set midnight. See what happens. Wow, the lights come on automatically at night time. And do they go off again? Of course they go off again. And this is all done using imagination, nothing else. We have the actual pictures. There go, the lights will be turning off now. Look, there they go. So this is all down. We take a picture, we look at it, and we analyse it and think, that's good. Right, let's go across the water here, because this is a massive map, by the way. This server's been in play, I guess, for about 2-3 years. And numerous people, probably in the region of about 15 or 20 people, have come on at some time or other and built up their buildings that they wanted to do. I'm just going to go up to here to an area, just go higher and higher and higher, so we can see this whole Buckingham Palace. Just bear with me a second. I'll go into the picture of Buckingham Palace as we have it here. It's very shrunk. Let's open it up a bit. There we go. And this is, you know, okay, it's not a photograph, is it? But heavens above, you know. The picture looks very nice, and that's one I took, I believe, from Google Maps, flying above the palace just to see what I could get. But what you can't do in the palace, you have to forgive me for chopping and changing here, is what we can do here. So if I fly above here, we can go down into the quadrangle, which, as you can see, is quite detailed as far as it goes. Let's go upstairs. Oh, maybe I've missed the window slot. There we go. Right, and okay, this is a work in progress. This will be the grand staircase. And across here we can go, whoa. There are library rooms here. There's a piano room here, a music room I should say. Next to that is the library. This will be the Queen's private library. And in here we have a magnificent view. Again, I'm going to just take a moment to show you a picture that we have. There we are, that's the picture on the left hand side, and that's our representation of that picture. As we can see, it's not entirely perfect, but you've got to agree that for a representation that's pretty close on, and it's as good as it gets. Now the thing is, in Minecraft, oops, let's make it bigger again. In Minecraft, we can actually walk around. It may not be exact, but we can get the feel of the place from within here. We take a look at the back of the palace, and it's pretty much detailed as far as we can go so far. I mean, it's a build in progress, so we can only go so far and get it spot on. So another build that's going on, and again, this is pretty much in its infancy, other than its outer shell. We have, I'm just going to take you over the water here. You can see it forming on the left hand side there. This is the RMS Titanic. Like, oh well, you know, we've seen it, we've watched the film, we watched it go sinking down in the film, but we didn't get a chance to have a look at its beauty and the glory that made that ship so famous. I mean, it's a magnificent looking build. Let's just go a little bit further over here. This is where a lot of people think, oh, I'd love to walk down there. In reality, look at this. This is the, I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, the covered way or whatever it is, but it's yeah, this is a lot of, you can't do this in pictures, can you? Oh, wonderful. So I can ring. Right, so this is a grand staircase. Right, so this is the grand staircase as it was. Now we've seen this in the film, where you look up at the dome and Jack and Rose are running around here and all the rest of it, and this is where Jack and Rose finally get together at the end of the film as well. Okay, it's not perfect, but you know, you can look at the film as long as you want. You won't get to see the views as close up as this. One thing we intend to do, or rather that my wife intends to do, is she has a list of some 120 passenger names and the cabins they shared on the fateful night. Those are all going to be allocated and tried to get as near as we can to scale to get this complete. So there's a lot of work there still to come. It looks beautiful as it is, as you can see. You don't need to be told what its name is. You look at it and you know that that's the Titanic. So this is Minecraft. It's not a question of just crafting mines, which is digging holes into the floor and seeing that you can get out alive. This is a a design package that you can spend hours and hours just building stuff, whatever you want, be it a simple windmill or a mansion. By the way, if Jack and Rose were on the front of the ship when they did the angels spreading their arms out and sailing into the breeze, they're actually just trying to get a closer look at my manor house there, which you can't blame her for because it's a beautiful building. This is a figment of imagination. It started off just purely as this front end, which I saw on an internet build. From there on, I took over and said, right, I can do it better than this, and subsequently did. All these buildings that you've seen so far, you can go inside them, you can have a look at them. We have Ferris wheels, we have amphitheatres, we have normal theatres like this one. We've got a little bit of artistry. In fact, I'm going to take you to see some artistry before I go off, and we'll do that by clicking on a waypoint. We go to Harry & Co. and we are straight away met with this wonderful site here, look. And this is Harry Potter and his mate Darth Vader. Now, I don't know when they got together, but you've got to admit that is not just a game of Minecraft, is it? This is actually artistry at its best. I mean, that's, you don't need to be told who it is. Like I said about the Titanic, you look at Titanic and you know what it is, and you know that is Harry Potter. Over here there's an amphitheatre and all the rest of the bits and pieces. If anyone wants to have a go on this roller coaster, you're going to have to leave a message for me in the comments below, and I'll do a 3 or 4 minute video on this particular roller coaster. Believe me, sitting at the front and watching it, your stomach can feel a bit queasy by the time you finish going round. Goes right into the distance there. Anyway, that's all I've got time for. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation of my server, and I hope that it might encourage a few of you to get the game and not play it as a game, but play it as a release for your artistic abilities. Anyway, please like if you like this video, and give me the thumbs up. Otherwise, just subscribe to my channel. That way you'll be notified of any new videos coming on. So thank you, and bye for now.